Okay. Welcome to the late night evening match. New York A versus Nebraska A. Now, word around the street is that this is going to be a bit closer than the previous matches of the past couple of days. New York definitely has a very stacked, well-rounded team, but Nebraska has some great carries. Now, it is going to be a four-person team for Nebraska tonight, as they are missing a player and they are a five-man squad. So it is going to be definitely an uphill battle for them, but I could definitely see Nebraska taking at least a couple of points. Or it could be a clean 5-0. You never know. OSR can tend to swing it one way or the other. He ends up rolling a 5 point. Average Giga roll. Nebraska does end up going with the pick second method. It's just you, Parrot, and Malzumas. Okay. Oh, nice. Eek for New York ends up going first ban, and they just insta ban Hard Rock 1. Lily, what's your prediction for this match? New York's gonna win? Okay. New York's gonna win. You heard it here first from Stayless A, team captain Lily, also known as Tums Onosu, also known as Sean Kingston. Basket bans no mod 3 easy 1. I'd imagine they would ban easy 1. They have 3 players, and I don't particularly know any of them as easy players. And they just banned out the Hard Rock too. Definitely the skill set I'm not surprised at all. No, New York does definitely have Hard Rock players, specifically like, I guess, Onigiri, but not too surprised that they're going to ban out Hard Rock here. I think it's probably Nebraska, one of Nebraska's best compared to New York's Hard Rock roster. I think. I'm not too familiar with either of these teams. I know Ojibaka specifically. I know specifically Ojibaka, Onigiri, and Geek the most, but the three in Nebraska are definitely not slouches. It's just going to be very, very tough being 3-man roster. And New York is going to end up picking the hidden 1 first. Yes, Clone 3 is not going to be in on this. If I had to go. Alright, looks gonna be Gi, Unamu, MQRE for the side of New York, and then there for Nebraska right now. Alzumas, Parrot, Ojibak. Which is by no means, if there's like a group of people that are like gonna be like the 3 that I got from lobby, I mean, hey, that's not bad. It's not that bad. If I remember correctly, I believe this hidden one is quite a bit more slider aim focus, kind of tech elements in it. Is a pretty, other than that, it's pretty much just hidden one. It's going to be an early break from Alsumas. Shouldn't matter at all, really. At the beginning. Gonna be a slight ACK advantage, or noticeable ACK advantage for Nebraska. Ooh, and Munama ends up breaking on that bus slider there. It's already a quarter of the way through the map. That is going to matter a little bit, at least. But Ojibaka and Masumas end up breaking on that flame stream. Masumas ends up breaking again, and you're currently holding 2 FCs and 1 near FC. There's the only FC left on the side of Nebraska A. Second break through the map. Maybe about a 1.3k score lead for New York. It's going to keep climbing as they have those double. Oh, Malzumas and Ojibaka taking on 2 different sections there. Still just Parrot with that FC, but no recoveries. It's going to be basically impossible at this point to come back. Now it's kind of just a question of Geeg. Never mind, if MQRE will hold the full combo, Parrot does end up breaking as well. There's no way, and Cure, like, I don't even speak. Yeah, all sides have lost the full combo now. Major 550k score difference is gonna seal the point for New York A. Just call MQRE more. Okay, colon Onigiria 3. If you say so. Now we have New York in the lobby for New York. This is sensational. Let me double check the... Here at DT2. Yeah, so it is going to be Ojibaka picking DT2 for the side of Nebraska. Most prepared commentator moment. Pull up the call stats real quick. Nebraska did have decent DT score, averaged about 22nd or so. That is one of the things about New York, is that compared to the seed, they did have a bit of a weaker DT. So not too surprised. Not too many picks that they're above New York and in quals. Their No Mod 4 was very close, but that was a very different compared to the No Mod 4 in this pool as well. That is... How did New York B do better in calls? Many people are asking this. Many people are saying. It's going to be the same rosters for both sides now. Obviously for Nebraska, it kind of has to be. New York A is going to keep the same roster as DT2. Right, as we get into the second map, looks like Minomo had a very early break. Gonna matter. I assume this break is gonna matter a little bit more, and Geek breaks early as well. Technically only one FC for the side of New York A on more. There's still quite a bit more map to be played, especially as well as the accuracy could be a big factor in the early score. I'd say AC is pretty similar across the board. One player with 98, one player with 96, one with a lower like 93 about on both sides. And Geek is going to end up dropping a slider there. Side break for Geek. That was not their full combo at least. And Nozuma's does find another break. Still a very close match at the moment. Now about 2/3 of the way through. We're going to see these scores start to balloon a bit with the full combos. thing is though, the Geek has the better act compared to Malsumis, so it hurts a little more with the recovery not coming through, unfortunately. But still a very close match. 100k. Now the map is over. Firing a crazy break or something from all sides. The map is going to end up going to Nebraska. Take their first point. Their pick. .98% FC for OG Baka. Also pair it with a 97.5, more with a 98.3, Unamu with basically a 95%. And he just, in New York, goes straight into the hidden two. Not surprising at all. New York definitely has the more fleshed out roster at the moment. New York. New York did have the 12th best hidden two, and Nebraska had the 42nd, so about a 900 or 800k or 900k, yeah, difference between the two. Might just end up being the same roster again for this map as the previous two, as more Munamu and Gig are all in the lobby still. All I'm saying? Put Onigiri in. I think the issue is that New York's flag is just really wide compared to Nebraska's, like the rest of the flag. I think their flag is just kind of wide. Not too sure if that's a New York issue or if that's just a production issue, but it's wide. Geek's just so pretty chill at the beginning of this map. Geek is going to find an early break. This still map is what, 3 minutes long, so shouldn't matter too much unless it's a situation like last map where there's multiple FCs on both sides. Parent's going to end up finding a break now. It should swing over to the side of New York A, especially because Moore is holding that 99% accuracy right now. Munamu's with the 97. Definitely have an act advantage of this. Okay, although this tapping section could definitely change that. Oh, Parrot's gonna find another break. It looks like New York's holding. Malsumis finds another break. Tapping section can be very tricky if you're not 100% prepared for it. OG Bucka, the only one on Nebraska A holding through that section now. Moore finds a tragic break on a stream there, but traded by OG Bucka. Now there's no FCs on the side of Nebraska. No one's holding the only FC as Geek finds another break. halfway through the map now. Solid, almost 300k point lead for New York A, but Nebraska needs Munava to break now if they want a chance to pull it back. Here, Malzumas and OG Blanca finding another miss is going to be hard, even with, if you can't recover all those. Now the players see the enemy team score, see that it's quite a big lead, and it's only a quarter of the map remaining, so I need a complete tragedy. Or does end up finding another break, but at this point, it's like almost, it's a 600k plus lead, it's not gonna matter. Yeah, it is gonna end up being New York point on their own pick. Decisive 700k victory for them, as Minamu does get an FC. I definitely believe them more could have zoned out and got a miss there. That map definitely looks like very zone outable. Low AR streams definitely very easy to just trip up on and miss like 8 notes in a row, ruin your whole score. It is going to be DT1 pick by Nebraska now. Very classic DT1 kind of song. It is from Kill la Kill. It is an anime DT1. Onigiri DT. So we do see the first couple swap outs now. It is going to be New York and column 3 coming in for the side of New York A. I will try my hardest not to say Onigiri DT as much as possible. Or not, no players are finding any difficulties with this map. Simus is having a bit of an act struggle. And Onigiri ends up finding a break, dropping that S, unfortunately. Map is still 3 minutes long, at least though, even after GT. Definitely could be either side, as Mazumas does find a break. And Onigiri is unfortunately going to break on the doubles there. Still a very close map though, almost halfway through now at this point. And New York does get tripped up by those 1-2 jumps. There's only one FC left on the side of New York A. It's going to be more. Ojibaka does end up finding a break though. Trades it back. Still a very close match. Mazumas breaks, but Colon 3 and New York both break. That was just Parrot versus Moore. Parrot does have a bit of an advantage. Dropped a few slider ends. Still anyone's point. Is just bouncing back and forth now at this point. Mazumas finds another break, but it's going to come down to this last jump section, I believe. This last chorus. Swinging over to the side of New York A. Now Colon 3 Onigiri does find a break. Is this enough to swing it over? I wonder. It's holding steady for New York A. And it ends up going to New York A. What is that? Like a 25k point difference? No, even less so. Like 17k point difference. That was very close. I'm out. Terrace and Moore, both in 98% FPs. Very good team score from New York A, but in Nebraska as well. The Onigiri DT Gambit paid off. Onigiri and DT true combo. Was a break point for New York A on that side. So that's their pick again. Interesting to see now with the reading maps, you know, out of the pool at this point. Or Fremont 2, I stand corrected. Fremont 2 is still in the pool. It seems obviously a bit more doable with only one one AR8 player and one hidden player necessary, or I guess maybe at least one player doesn't end up playing the low AR portion of the map. And this is a very short map for the pool. 1 minute 59 second drain time. Second shortest map in the pool behind the easy one. Not too surprising as it is anti-mod. A lot of them tend to be quite shorter. is going to be, I believe, Munamu more New York for the New York. And probably figured out now. Ojibaka Malzuma's paired for Nebraska A. Be interesting to see the mods on New York. I'd imagine Nebraska's are going to be very standard. One hidden, one hard rock, one no mod, maybe two hard rock. As we do get it, oh, pair it with the easy. Is that easy? Yeah, easy. Pair it with the easy. Ojibaka with the hard rock, Mazumas with the no mod. And New York has the same exact mod combo. Munamu easy, New York with the hard rock, and more with the no mod. Maybe some early breaks on the side of Nebraska. I mean, this could end up mattering as this map is 1 minute 59 seconds drain. But all the players seem to be able to find their footing on this map right now. Definitely a big ACK advantage to the side of New York. Mazumas does find a break on that no mod. New York New York the player ends up finding a break on the side of New York. But Mazumas is pretty bad misreads there. Already 3/4 of the way through the map, so pretty confident saying it's gonna go to New York, but you never know, as it's still 2 FCs to 2 FCs. Do end up finishing the map out with 4 Fs. Is it 4 FCs? Yeah, 4 FCs. Oh, pair broke early, I forgot. So 3 FCs, but pair it with basically an easy FC, Munama with an easy FC, more with a no one FC, and Ojibaka with. Oh, he end up missing a slider. The slider break king has returned. So now New York A is on match point. Is Nebraska's pick at least, so they get to try and start the comeback if they can. Nebraska is going to end up picking this Neblon 4. Going to be a mixed fighter game. Fast fighters and a bit of flow aim tapping. A little bit of that. I will say, as Nebraska being a 3-man roster right now, they are putting up a really good fight. It's very hard to be a 3-man roster, and especially in a tourney with like easy slots stuff, like this bunch of tests a lot of different skill sets. Hard to be a 3-man roster. They're putting up a really good fight versus this New York A team. Ooh. So it is going to be more colon 3 Onikiria and Geek into this no mode. Now I'm getting into the map. Both teams, you know, just holding through this intro. Not much is going to happen. This map does end up picking up in the second half as well. I think to note too, there's certain sections where I've seen whole team wipes. And there's going to be 3 breaks there. Colon 3 Mazuma's Parrot. 2 FCs to 1 now. New York in the lead. Oh, it's Bancho break. And that's not a Bancho break. All 3 players on the side of Nebraska A are going to end up missing there. And now it's Geek and Moore with the double FC. Ojibaka and Parrot are trying to come back with recoveries, but Moore and Geek are still holding strong with almost 800 combo about halfway through the map. Need to break now and kind of cripple their score a bit. They can't. And if there is a map for a team to just full wipe, this is one of them. But sides seeing each other score, Nebraska seeing a bit of a mountain they have to climb now. Mazumas does hit the stream. Mazumas breaks on some of these fast sliders, but everyone else in the lobby is just holding through. Onigiri does drop, but it's not going to matter. It's the least important combo on the side of New York A. And now Parent drops the recovery combo. Now it's just swiftly moving over the side. There's no more map left. Now it's just Geek and Moore can end up with a double FC. Geek is now going to drop. Now it's just more. Over a 600k score difference. It's not gonna, can't even go over now unless there's a disconnect or something. Putting a 98% pack FC right now, and Moore does finish it out with a 98% pack FC. A very good team score for New York A. Very hard to beat. Double S rank though for Nebraska kind of stings. Bit unfortunate, but they tried their best for what they had to work with. Only having 3 players, just it feels bad. As someone who just played a match with 3 players, I get it. It sucks. It's gonna be, I'd imagine, the final match of tonight. Now, matches are going to resume tomorrow. There's going to be tons of matches tomorrow. There's some early as, I think, earliest when I'm coming is 1 p.m. It's like Maryland B versus Washington B. Definitely stay tuned tomorrow. There's going to be tons of more matches, tons more major, minor bracket matches. And that's all for tonight, I believe. It's been Dawn. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.